The rain hit the cracked windowpane like tiny bullets that night, blurring the faint city lights outside the small, dim apartment. A single lamp flickered on the old wooden table where Sarah Miller, a 29-year-old single mother, sat with trembling hands and a heavy heart. Bills were scattered around her, unpaid rent, electricity due, and a final notice from the daycare. In the corner of the room, her 6-year-old daughter Lily hummed softly, trying to fix the broken leg of an old, second-hand doll with tape. The child's innocent smile cut through the darkness like a fragile candlelight, but Sarah knew, deep down, that smile would fade by morning. Tomorrow was Lily's birthday, and all she wanted was a Barbie doll. Before we go further, if you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the power of compassion that can change lives, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with someone who needs hope today, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Sarah had spent weeks saving every spare coin from her job at the small cafe downtown, counting every tip, skipping meals just to stretch every dollar. But tonight, as she emptied her purse onto the table, the truth was undeniable. She only had $4.75, not even enough for the cheapest Barbie knockoff at the dollar store. She closed her eyes, pressing her palms over her face as tears slipped between her fingers. It wasn't about the toy, it was about what it meant. A little girl's belief that her mom could make magic happen, even when the world around them seemed cruel and unfair. At dawn, Sarah dressed Lily in her faded pink jacket and led her to school. The child skipped beside her, talking about how maybe, just maybe, Barbie would come home this year. Sarah smiled through the ache in her chest, telling her, "We'll see, sweetheart." She couldn't bear to tell the truth yet. After dropping Lily off, she went straight to the cafe, tying her apron around her waist and forcing herself to focus on customers, coffee cups, and smiles she didn't feel. That morning, a man in an expensive black suit walked in, the kind of man who didn't usually stop at small, struggling cafes like this one. He looked around, a bit lost, and ordered a simple black coffee. His name was Ethan Parker, CEO of a major toy manufacturing company, though Sarah didn't know that yet. What she did notice was his calm demeanor, his tired eyes that seemed to carry their own weight of the world. She served him politely, though her voice trembled from exhaustion. As he reached for his wallet to pay, he noticed the small drawing tucked behind the counter, a crayon sketch of a woman holding hands with a little girl under a rainbow. "Your daughter?" he asked softly. Sarah nodded, embarrassed but smiling. "She's turning 6 today," she said quietly, wiping her hands on her apron. She wanted a Barbie for her birthday, but, her voice cracked, and she quickly turned away, pretending to clean a cup. "I just hope she understands one day." Ethan didn't reply immediately. He watched her closely, the way she tried to hide her struggle behind forced grace, the quiet way she carried herself with pride despite everything. Something stirred inside him. He left a large bill on the counter, far more than the coffee cost, and slipped out without saying another word. When Sarah picked Lily up that afternoon, she still hadn't found the courage to tell her daughter the truth. As they walked home in the cool evening breeze, Sarah stopped by the small toy store anyway, just to let Lily look through the glass window. The little girl's eyes lit up as she pointed to the Barbie Dreamhouse display. "Mommy, that one," she whispered. Sarah smiled faintly, tears burning behind her eyes. "It's beautiful, honey," she said, holding her daughter's hand tightly, but when they reached home, something unexpected awaited them. A neatly wrapped box sat at their door with a note taped on top. Sarah froze. The note read, "Every little girl deserves to dream. EP." Her heart pounded as she tore open the wrapping. Inside was not only a brand new Barbie doll, but the complete Barbie Dreamhouse set, shimmering under the warm hallway light. Sarah fell to her knees, crying silently as Lily squealed with joy, hugging the doll like it was the greatest treasure in the world. Sarah didn't know who EP was, but she whispered a thank you to the heavens that night. The next morning, she went to work early. Ethan was there again, sitting quietly in the same corner seat, sipping his coffee. She walked over slowly, her hands trembling. "Was it you?" she asked softly, barely holding back tears. Ethan smiled humbly, his eyes kind but tired. "Sometimes," he said gently, "we forget that the smallest things can mean the world to someone." Sarah didn't know what to say. She just nodded, her lips quivering as gratitude filled her heart. From that day forward, Ethan visited the cafe every morning. They talked about life, dreams, struggles, and the invisible scars of loneliness. He learned that Sarah once dreamed of becoming a designer but had given it up after Lily's father left when she was 3 months pregnant. He admired her strength, her quiet resilience, and her refusal to give up. And Sarah began to see in Ethan something she hadn't felt in years: safety. Months passed, and Sarah found herself smiling again, laughing again, daring to hope again. Ethan helped her restart her dream. With his support, Sarah began designing a small collection of custom dolls, not the perfect, plastic ones but dolls with freckles, wheelchairs, curly hair, brown eyes, and hearing aids, dolls that looked like real little girls. Her brand was named Real Me Dolls. Ethan's company invested in her idea, and within a year, it went viral. Children all over the country wrote letters saying they finally found a doll that looked like them. Sarah became the creative director of her own division. The same woman who once cried over $4.75 and a broken doll now stood on stage at a charity gala beside Ethan, thanking him for believing in her when she didn't believe in herself, but she didn't forget where she came from. Every year, on Lily's birthday, Sarah and Ethan visited shelters and handed out dolls to little girls who couldn't afford one. Sarah always told them, "Dreams don't need money. They just need someone to believe." If this story touched your heart, please don't scroll away. Like this video, share it with someone who needs faith in humanity, subscribe for more stories that remind us of kindness, and let us know in the comments if this story made you tear up. And before we end, I have a small request. Comment below what you would say to someone who's struggling right now, someone like Sarah once was. Your words might be the reason a stranger doesn't give up tonight, because sometimes, even the smallest act of kindness, like buying a Barbie, can change a life forever.